Welcome everyone. So glad you're here. You know, this channel is more than just a collection of videos. It's a space we're building together. A place to explore ideas, spark curiosity, and maybe even discover something new about ourselves and the world around us. If you found value in what we've shared, if a video has made you think, smile, or simply feel a little more connected, then consider joining our growing community. Subscribing is a fantastic way to stay updated on our latest explorations, and liking and sharing helps us reach even more curious minds. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Some heroes fight with swords, others fight with silence, with sleepless nights, with a vision too heavy for one lifetime to carry. He was one of them, the man who gave a nation its power and carried its burden alone. His name was Dr. Abdul Qadeer Khan. The dream that started in a classroom born on April 1st, 1936, in Bhopal, India. Abdul Qadeer grew up in the hum of partition, a time when millions searched for identity, land, and hope. His family migrated to the new land of Pakistan, carrying nothing but books, faith, and the dream of a future built by knowledge. He was a quiet boy, the kind that teachers noticed not for loudness, but for precision. He loved machines, metals, and the way invisible laws governed everything. When others played cricket in the dust, he traced patterns of atoms in the air. That curiosity led him to Karachi University, and then to Europe, where he earned degrees in metallurgical engineering. In the laboratories of Berlin and Delft, he learned the science of uranium, the metal that could power cities or silence them. The turning point was 1971. Pakistan had suffered a devastating war. Its pride was wounded. Its map was split in two. And in May 1974, across the border, India tested its first nuclear device. For most, it was news. For Abdul Qadeer Khan, it was a calling. He wrote a letter to the government of Pakistan, offering his expertise to build the nuclear defense his country lacked. He didn't ask for money, fame, or power, only permission to serve. Soon after, he left behind a comfortable life in Europe and returned to a nation struggling to rise. It was the beginning of Pakistan's most secret mission, one that would change the balance of power in South Asia forever. The secret race hidden in the deserts of Kahuta, a small group of scientists began to work under extraordinary secrecy. Their task, to master the uranium enrichment process, the key to an atomic weapon. They faced shortages, embargoes, and constant fear of discovery. Every shipment of equipment was watched. Every phone call could be traced. They built centrifuges out of scrap metal, repurposed machines meant for factories, and spent nights recalibrating equipment that should never have worked. But somehow, it did. Dr. Khan was not only the chief scientist, he was the heartbeat of the effort. He motivated engineers when failures piled up, argued for funding when politicians lost nerve, and reminded them why they were there. A nation without strength is a nation without voice, he told them. For nearly a decade, the team worked in shadows, faces known only by initials, tasks known only by code. The day of power in May 1998, the mountains of Chagai shook. Pakistan had conducted its first successful nuclear tests, becoming the 7th nuclear power in the world, and the only Muslim country with the bomb. The world watched in shock. Inside Pakistan, people wept, danced, and prayed. For them, it wasn't a weapon. It was dignity restored. And at the center of it stood one man, Dr. Abdul Qadeer Khan. Children carried his photos. Streets echoed with chants of Dr. Qadeer Zindabad. He was the father of the Islamic bomb, guardian of sovereignty, the man who gave the weak a shield. But with every cheer came a whisper, the kind that follows all heroes who hold too much power. He put himself in isolation as years passed. Global politics shifted. Pressure mounted. The same world that once applauded his genius began to question his methods, his network, his loyalties. Dr. Khan, once hailed as a savior, now found himself isolated, confined to his home, silenced by the very walls that once celebrated him. History can be cruel. It remembers victories, but forgets the men who pay for them. Behind the fences of his Islamabad home, the scientist who gave light to a nation now lived in shadow. He was called controversial, even dangerous, but never unpatriotic, because deep down, every Pakistani knew, without him, their flag might have flown weaker. The unsung warriors, the story of Pakistan's nuclear program wasn't his alone. Hundreds of unnamed scientists, engineers, and laborers gave their lives in silence. Some died in accidents, others in secrecy. They never appeared on TV, never received medals. But every screw tightened, every calculation written, every sleepless night was a brick in the wall of Pakistan's survival. They believed in a dream larger than comfort, a dream of safety for generations to come. The final years of Pakistan pride, a lion doctor, Khan lived long enough to see his work endure. Through sanctions, through politics, through decades of misunderstanding. He spoke rarely, but when he did, his words carried the quiet pride of a man who knew his purpose. "I did what I had to do," he once said. "I served my country." On October 10th, 2021, the man who had defended his nation without a battlefield took his final breath in Islamabad. He was 85. Pakistan mourned again, this time not in secrecy, but in gratitude. Flags were lowered, prayers whispered, tears shed by those who finally realized what they had lost. Before his last breath, he said in an interview, "I worked for a useless nation. They don't realize how much sacrifices we gave for a country. Our ruler is basically puppet of USA. They killed everyone who dream and want to serve this beautiful country. I regret of this only thing in my life, beyond power." Today, when we speak of deterrence, defense, and atomic might, we forget the human cost, the cost of isolation, of sleepless years, of being doubted by those you protected. Dr. Abdul Qadeer Khan gave Pakistan a voice that could never be silenced, but he himself faded into one. He never sought wealth. He never sought forgiveness. He sought only to see his nation safe, and for that he carried a lifetime of burdens. His legacy drive through the streets of Pakistan, and you'll see his name carved on schools, labs, and hearts. Children still read about him. Some only know him as the man who made the bomb. But those who listen closely know he made something more. He made belief. Belief that a nation born from struggle could stand tall against giants. Belief that knowledge, not conquest, defines power. Heroes do not ask for statues. They ask for remembrance. Dr. Abdul Qadeer Khan did not build a weapon of hate. He built a shield of survival. He proved that even in a world divided by power, a single mind driven by love for its land can change history. As we scroll through our lives, forgetting names that once defined us, remember him, the man who gave his brilliance, his peace, and his freedom so that his nation could live without fear. Fade to black, soft echo of a heartbeat, then silence. Dr. Abdul Qadeer Khan, the man who gave Pakistan its power. Beyond the pages, where stories live forever,